Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Katab. Sir, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 2-year deferred adjudication. What this is this is a type of probation that if you complete successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. This is extremely important because a conviction like this can really hose you for the rest of your life. What you need to understand, though, is that there's still an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning that you pick up another case like this, you can be very well facing a third-degree felony next time, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And it doesn't have to be a knockout, just brawl. All you need to do is squeeze someone's arm enough to where it hurts, and then you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. Do you understand?
Understand, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, we enter into a contract now. There's no turning around. You're stuck with us until you complete it or if it gets revoked. Now, if you do something to violate this probation, like you pick up a new case, test positive for drugs or alcohol, don't do your classes on time, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail, bring you back out, and we're going to have a hearing to see whether you violated it. And if you did, you're looking at an entire year in jail. Do you understand?
I understand.
For you to complete this successfully, you must do a BIP class, which is a batter's intervention prevention program. That is an 18-week class that you must attend once a week for 18 weeks. You must also do a 4-hour anger management class. You must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. No drugs, alcohol, random testing. No threatening, harassing, abusive contact with Catherine Alvarez and Paola Alvarez. Also, no weapons as well. I'll make you a deal, Mr. Katan. If you do really well, if you're nice to everybody, you get your stuff done quick, I'll take you off in half the time. You could be done with this thing in a year if you get everything done, don't test positive, and most of all, just be nice to everybody. It's not hard.
It's not that hard.
You get upset. Someone pisses you off. Walk away. Find another release. Because,
Sir.
well, time will tell. Actions speak louder than words. Everybody tells me that. You know, really. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, sir.
I'm not going to find you guilty. I will withhold that for 2 years. But like I said, get it done quick. We'll take you off quick. What do you do for a living?
Right now, I'm not able to work because I had this open 2 cases managing Airbnb.
Is there another case that's getting dismissed as a result?
There's 2 felonies that are being dismissed, Your Honor.
Wow. You also need to realize this is that there's only so many times in life that DAs are going to also help you out because that is a hell of a deal that they're doing now. I mean, you work some kind of magic. They're going to dismiss an aggravated assault and an injury to a child. You're pleading to this. That is a hell of a deal. Things like this don't happen all the time. So if it continues to happen, get ready. You understand?
Understand, sir.
All right, sir. Good luck to you. We'll have you see the.
If I may, Your Honor, the district attorney upstairs and felony set conditions on this case, and regarding the bid, they had online.
As long as it's the regular BIP, then I'm okay with it. Yeah, but I mean, that tells me something,
Yes, sir.
right? All these cases. So, all right, I'm okay with that on the line, but it's,
Yes, sir.
all right. Good luck to you, sir.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Capper. Hey,
I don't believe that that would make a difference because of the pending case in North Carolina as well as Tennessee. If you could admonish him and tell him that, then we may not
Sure.
have to come back tomorrow.
understand that don't matter whether you come back tomorrow, next week, 2 weeks, you have a lot of baggage. You've got this, you now have an open theft from an elderly of 150 to 300,000. You've got the same two cases in Tennessee. You also have a hold out of North Carolina. I'm not going to set you a bond. It's just way too much baggage. And you scare me, quite frankly, you know? Don't say anything. It doesn't require. I get it that you have a lawyer over there. But the deal is this, is that if you truly do have a lawyer there and you're able to, somehow your lawyer is able to work where they release the holds over there, like you're able to post bond in North Carolina, you know, that would release the hold here.
I didn't know about the case in North Carolina, so just now, didn't know anything about it.
Well,
So
that's-
that came this morning, Judge. When I was talking with the state earlier, they said, FYI, that there's a pending hold in North Carolina. So when I spoke with Mr. Hunter on yesterday, neither one of us was aware of the North Carolina case.
And that's okay, but we're letting you know now that there's a lot there going on. And so if you have a lawyer and your lawyer is able to work Tennessee as such that they can release the holds, then that would release the holds here and you're able to post bond on your case here and then you're out. But I don't feel comfortable giving you a bond knowing that you're wanted out of two different jurisdictions. What you're wanted for in one of those jurisdictions is the exact same case that you just picked up 3 days ago here.
It's the same people.
Well, I don't know.
It is.
I know that.
I have the documents.
I'm not here to litigate your case. I'm only here to give you a heads up that I don't feel comfortable giving you a bond. That's it. The more baggage you come here with, the higher, just it's not going to happen. So wanted to bring you out to let you know whether you come back tomorrow, whether you come back next week, the answer is just not going to change. You know, my primary concern is the protection of my community, and I'm going to do it at all cost. That's it. Now, Mr. Hernandez, you got to understand, I set your bond, I've cut it in half from the other case, but you have to understand that you are an inherent flight risk. So before I sign your waiver withdrawal, you need to understand that on fugitive cases, you're not going to get the 10% where you're going to have to pay $2,500 and you're going to get out. It's a fugitive case, so you are a flight risk. So you probably will have to pony up most, if not all, of the bond to be able to make bond in this case. Do you understand? Do you have the ability to get back to California once you get out? Okay, you have someone that's you can't get on a plane, try to get on a plane, it's probably not going to go well. So you're going to secure some other kind of transport to get back to California. Yeah, sure. But understand that we only give you 2 weeks from the date of your release to do that. If we call in 2 weeks and nothing has happened, you've not turned yourself in, or you've not posted that $50,000 bond, I'm going to revoke this, set it at 0. All that money's gone, and you're going to be in here again, and I won't do this again. Do you understand? Okay. Day, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
No, I'm just drafting the reset for the defendant to sign. I got the withdrawal waiver from counsel, which I just printed out. Did you want defendant to come back out for admonishment for the signature?
No. That's why I'm letting him know now. That way we can take care of everything at one time. Shabli, is there anything that you wanted to add?
I just want Mr. Hernandez to know, so I've already signed the motion to withdraw the waiver of formal extradition. So that means that if your family doesn't make the bond for another 5 days, then you've essentially lost the 7 days. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
He withdrew 7 days ago?
No, I'm saying if he sits there for 5 days and he
I
signed it
see.
on
Got it.
yesterday.
Right. So because you are going to withdraw this waiver, if you're not able to make that bond, you're going to have to waive again. And then you're going to be sitting for another 14 for California to come get you. You understand this? Okay. All right.
It's going to be reset to February 13th for Hernandez.
Do you need me to sign it?
Sorry, one's for the court, one's for the.
That's where you're sitting right here.
This is to judge. Yes, thank you.
Oh, here it is. Sorry. I thought I saw it. All right, guys. I wish you the best of luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Yes, yes.
Partner, and they're good.
Good morning, Mr. Nguyen.
Why for a plea?
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Why don't you ever show up to court? You know, if you show up to court, good things happen. We can give you whatever you need. You want a cell phone, tablet, food to eat, a place to stay? We can get all these services to you if you show up. You're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with theft. You're also charged with criminal trespass. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 7 days in jail, credit for the 7 days that you've done on the theft case. You need to understand that this now makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your sixth theft case that will now end up in a conviction. You need to understand a third is usually they will file a felony on you. And I don't know why it's happened, but at some point you're going to get a rogue, or not a rogue, but you're going to get a prosecutor that hits you with a felony. And then you're looking at years instead of days. You understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you cannot change this. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense of theft? Come back. If you pick up a criminal case, come to court. We will help you. All right. Good luck, sir. I'll find you guilty, sentence you the agreement. Thank you, sir. All right. If it's enhanced, it'll be abandoned.
Excuse John.
Thank you. Thank you.
Brennan.
Morning, Mr. Brennick. You're charged with 2 counts of trespass. You're also charged with 1 count of interference with the duties of a public servant. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 15 days in jail with credit for the 5 days shift you've done on one, and they're going to dismiss the other 2 cases. Is that how you understand it?
Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. You have to understand from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you show up to court, good things happen. We can give you whatever you need. You want cell phone, tablet, food, a place to crash. If you come back, we can give it to you. If you don't come back, this is eternally what's going to happen. You pick up a new case, come back. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Cortez. Sir, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 6-month deferred. A deferred is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record, but it's not dismissed. You cannot tell people it was dismissed. You did a probation, completed it successfully, and didn't end up with a conviction. For you to do that, though, you must complete a thinking for a change, no drugs, no alcohol, random testing, and 20 hours of community service. Is this how you understand the agreement? I will make you a deal. If you do well, if you're nice to everybody, get your classes done quick, I'll take you off in half the time. But that means that you got to get this class done. Tell me which thinking, guys, which thinking for a change, because there's multiple ones, which thinking for a change did you guys want? This is on Cortez.
For change.
So there's the long one, there's a short one. Essentially what it amounts to
4 hours versus.
for a month.
16 weeks.
There's a 16-week one, and then there's the shorter one.
The shorter one is fine.
Okay. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. There's no coming back from this. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty. I will withhold that for 6 months. Wait for you to get this done. What did you want me to do with this?
Address enhancement?
Oh, is it true or untrue that you had a prior evading arrest back in 2014 out of County Court 3 in Galveston?
Yes, sir.
Okay, true to the enhancement. All right. Sir, we wish you the best of luck. If you ever have any issues, talk to, Shatoria. She can help you out. But if you take off, you pick up a new case, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. We're going to have a hearing to see if you violated this agreement. If you did, you're looking at 6 months in jail. You understand? Okay, guys. Good luck. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.